A very happy and cheerful morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are fine at home and taking care of your health. So, we're back with our social studies class and this video is your part 2. So, in the last class, we had started with chapter number 6, that is weather and climate. Quick recap, we studied the difference between weather and climate, and we also studied about what? That the climate of a place is influenced by several factors. Okay, so हमने सिर्फ उन factors की heading पढ़ी थी, and today in this video we are going to study in detail about these factors. Let's go.
The climate of a place is influenced by several factors. Latitude or distance from the equator, altitude or height above the sea level, distance from the sea, humidity, direction of winds.
Yes. So, as I told you that we have just read the heading of this topic, that is the climate of a the climate of a place is influenced by several factors. Okay, so all these are what? These are the factors, and now we will start with the first one. What is it? The latitude or the distance from the equator. Okay, let's see the video first.
Factors that influence climate. Latitude or distance from the equator. The Earth's surface is heated by the rays of the sun. Places located on or near the equator receive direct rays of the sun, while places near the two poles receive the slanting rays of the sun.
Okay, so first of all, this is your equator. Okay, the line at the center, what is it known as? It is known as the equator. Over here is the North Pole, over here it's the South Pole. So what is said that those countries, continents or what you say places which are directly in front of the equator, what they receive? They receive the direct light. Naturally, क्या होता है कि जो इसके एकदम सामने हैं उन्हें direct light मिलती है. That is why, what is it? The temperature or the climate is hot over there. Now look at the North Pole. See what you see? That the slanting lights are coming. See, this was direct and straight. So the sun rays were also straight. And if we talk about the North Pole, it is in slant. Okay. So because of which what happens? There is the change in the weather and the climate.
Slanting rays of the sun have to travel through a greater distance and hence lose most of their heat as compared to direct rays that travel a shorter distance and hence retain most of their heat. So, the closer a place is to the equator, the hotter is its climate. The closer a place is to the poles, the colder is its climate.
So, you understand what is it? That the closer you are to the equator, the more direct you are, you will receive more sun rays, you will receive more heat. And that is why that place will receive more hot and humid climate. And if we talk about these, that is the North Pole and the South Pole, what do we see? That the sun rays are in slant. Okay, अब जो यहाँ से sun rays जाती हैं, वो easily travel होके जाती हैं, right? But if we talk about the slanting ones, it takes the distance is long, है ना? अब आप देखो, इसका distance ज़्यादा है, इसका distance पे भी, see it goes slant way, and this goes directly. So this is what happens, that जब वो रास्ते में होती है, तभी उसका effect कम होने लग जाता है heat का, and that is why the North Pole, they receive less heat and they have cold weather. And if we talk about the one which is exactly in front of the equator, directly over here, they receive lots of heat and sun, and the temperature, or I say the weather, is hot over there. Is it clear? So this was the first one, that is the latitude. Latitude means the distance from the equator. Let's move on.
It. Altitude or height above the sea level. The rays of the sun heat the surface of the earth. This heated surface then heats the atmosphere. Places at high altitude receive lesser heat than those places that are at lower altitudes. Hence, the temperature at high altitudes are lower than in the plains.
Okay. Once again I will read it for you and then I'll explain. The rays of the sun heat the surface of the earth. Naturally, जो sun rays होते हैं वो earth को heat करते हैं, heat provide करते हैं. This heated surface then heats the atmosphere. What is an atmosphere? Everything surrounding us. Okay, that is an atmosphere. So as we get heat, हमारे atmosphere में भी heat spread हो जाती है, right? Places at higher altitudes. What is the meaning of altitude? That is height. Okay, so places at higher altitudes receive lesser heat than those places that are at lower altitude. See, हमारे टॉपिक का नाम क्या है? Altitude और heat above the sea level. Sea level से ऊपर. Okay? So ऐसी places जो higher altitude पे होती हैं land से, naturally उन्हें heat कम मिलेगी और जो land के पास में ज़्यादा होती है तो उन्हें ज़्यादा heat मिलती है. Understood? जो हमारा earth है, जो हमारा land है, उसके एकदम पास के लेवल में होगा, so heat ज़्यादा मिलेगी. But if it is above the sea level, then we will receive less heat. It is very simple. Don't get confused. So this is what? This is altitude or height.
The temperature decreases and the height of the land increases. This is the reason why hill stations are cooler than plains even in summer.
Very important. What is it? The temperature decreases as the height of the land increases. Now suppose if I talk about the hill stations, ठीक है? वो इतनी नीचे नहीं होते, वो तो top पे होते हैं. They are hills, right? So there the temperature is low. And जितना temperature low होगा, उससे क्या होगा? The weather will be cold. And जितना temperature high होगा, weather will be hot. Is it clear? जितना हमारे लैंड से पास में होंगे उतना ज़्यादा गर्मी रिसीव होगी एंड जितना हमारे सी लेवल से दूर होंगे उतना हमारा कोल्ड वेदर ज़्यादा होगा. ओके, एंड दिस इज द रीज़न व्हाई हिल स्टेशंस हैव कोल्ड एंड प्लेजेंट क्लाइमेट. व्हाई? बिकॉज दे आर अबव द सी लेवल. वो ज़मीन से बहुत ऊंचे होते हैं. एंड इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट कश्मीर एंड जम्मू, so they are extremely high. That is why the weather over there is always cold. Is it clear? Yes? Okay.
Most peaks in the Himalayan mountains are covered with snow even during summers. If you have been on a holiday in the hills, you would have noticed it gets cooler as you go up. For example, Darjeeling, at a height of 6,982 feet above sea level, is cooler than Delhi, which is at sea level.
So once again they have repeated the point. As I told you, hill stations तो ऊपर होते हैं, so वहाँ से क्या होता है? Heat ज़्यादा नहीं पहुँचती, heat तो directly पहले land पे जाती है. So the temperature is low and the weather is very cold. So they have given the example of Darjeeling. Darjeeling is a very beautiful place, isn't it? And it is about 6,982 feet above the sea level. Okay, जो sea level है उससे इतना ऊंचा है. Can you imagine? So how's the weather over there? The weather is cold and pleasant. Okay, next.
Distance from the sea. Places near the sea, for example, Mumbai and Kolkata, are neither very hot nor very cold throughout the year. They have a moderate climate, whereas those far away from the sea have extreme climate. That is, they are very hot in summer and very cold in winter.
Now we are talking about those places which are nearby the sea. अब जो सी से ऊपर है वो तो कोल्ड है, हमने पढ़ लिया, राइट? दैट इज द हिल स्टेशंस. They are above the level, sea level. But if we talk about the ones that are nearby, so first example is Mumbai and Kolkata. Now as you all know that they are near the sea. Okay, Mumbai and Kolkata sea ke near hai. So how's the weather? It is neither very hot nor very cold. That is moderate, बीच का रहता है. बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी भी नहीं होती, बहुत ज़्यादा cold भी नहीं होता है. And if we talk about those places which are far away from the sea, sea से जो far होते हैं वहाँ पे it is very hot and also cold. If we talk about, it is very cold. That is summers में भी बहुत hot होता है and winters में भी बहुत cold. So we can say the weather is extreme over there. Okay, once again, what is it? If it is high at the sea level से दूर, so the weather will be cold. Near the sea level, it is neither hot, neither cold, moderate. If it is far from the sea level, that is sea से थोड़ा दूर है, so the weather will be extreme. Yes.
In summer, the land gets heated faster and warms the air above it. This warm air rises, making way for the cooler air from the sea to blow in. This cool breeze coming from the sea cools the land near the coast. In winter, the sea loses heat slowly and therefore it remains warm. This warm air rises and blows towards the land and makes it warm.
Okay. Once again we'll read. What is it? In summer, the land gets heated faster. Naturally, because of extreme heat, what happens? हमारा जो land है वो बहुत जल्दी गर्म हो जाता है and warms the air above it. The air also becomes warm. This warm air rises, making way for the cooler air. Now what happens? जो warm air है वो rise होती है ताकि जो cool air है उसको entry मिले. What happened then? From the sea to blow in. So all this we are talking about near the sea only. This cool breeze coming from the sea cools the land near the coast. So if you go to a coastal areas, you will see that the wind is very high and what you see that it is very strong and fast. So what they have said that जो warm air होती है वो ऊपर चली जाती है and if we talk about near the coast क्या होता है cool और nice air रहती है. Okay? In winter the sea loses heat slowly. अब winter season में क्या होता है कि heat slowly lose होती है and therefore it remains warm. इसलिए warm रहता है. This warm air rises and blows towards the land. Okay, ये क्या होता है जो air होती है वो rise होती है and it blows towards the land. And then what happens? Again the weather is warm. I think it is getting a little more right. अब इतना हमें stop करना चाहिए. Okay, so we'll stop over here. Now we revised, we turned 3 points and the remaining 2 which are left about the factors we'll do in the next video. So now it's time for a short worksheet. So your question is, draw a diagram showing the sun's rays falling on the earth. That is over here on page number 34. So this is your diagram which you have to draw. How altitude affects the climate? What is humidity? Name some places which has moderate climate throughout the year. Okay, moderate means neither very hot nor very cold. Okay children, so we'll stop over here and we'll meet in the next class. Till that, God bless you all. Goodbye.